Argentinosaurus, a colossal creature weighing over 100 tons, carries a name wrapped in profound quiet calm. It stands alone upon the ancient wilderness of Patagonia, unmoved like an immovable mountain as seasons drift and change. Tonight follow its slow steady breath, slip into a state of ultimate inner peace and serenity. Let go of all daytime restlessness amid this gentle quiet narration and drift into dreamland alongside this timeless prehistoric giant. In this fast-paced restless age, have you ever longed for a moment of absolute stillness? Argentinosaurus with its mountain-like towering frame reveals to us another slower, gentler flow of time. A delicate butterfly may land lightly upon its nose, yet it remains in quiet, watchful stillness. This is the highest form of inner spiritual practice. Tonight close your eyes, sink into the slow, soothing rhythm of this narration and recover the long-lost peace hidden deep within your heart. The existence of certain living beings is destined to define the very meaning of eternity. Beneath the soft fading sunset of the Cretaceous period, Argentinosaurus embodied the pure perfection of unchanging stillness. This quiet poise is never mere laziness but graceful restraint born from profound understanding of life itself. Follow this gentle timeless tale, let your wandering thoughts settle slow and steady, just like the quiet, unhurried presence of Argentinosaurus. Amid the savage predatory age of the Cretaceous, when every living creature raced frantically to fight and survive upon the wild earth, an incredible miracle stood towering at the heart of the wilderness, resembling a silent slumbering blue-green mountain. It never shifted an inch even when the fiercest carnivorous predators wandered past its massive feet. This unwavering calm was never born from dull indifference but from an overwhelming sense of stillness rooted in absolute unshakable raw power. This is Argentinosaurus, the colossal giant who lived its entire life in perfect zen-like tranquility. Tonight let the soft warm glow of flickering hearth fire stay with us as we wander fully into the untold story of its quiet existence. Slow your heartbeat and calm your mind. Imagine yourself standing upon this boundless ancient wilderness. The air carries the fresh, delicate fragrance of fern plants, and before you stands this eternal guardian of stillness, journeying across hundreds of millions of years to meet your quiet spirit. Fate gifted Argentinosaurus two profound blessings: first, an overwhelming immense weight, and second, an unhurried, unchanging pace of life. When your body bears the weight of nearly 100 tons, every slight movement becomes a solemn quiet balance against the pull of earthly gravity. During the hottest sweltering afternoon in ancient Patagonia, most members of its kind wandered restlessly searching for scarce water sources, yet this fully grown strong Argentinosaurus chose to pause beside a towering ancient Araucaria tree. It lifted its elongated mast like neck high, its gaze holding the detached wisdom of one who has seen through all worldly chaos. Wind and sand brushed across its thick-scaled skin, carrying away faint traces of moisture and bringing distant echoes of the outer wilderness. It simply closed its eyes, quietly feeling blood flow slow and heavy through its veins, listening to the deep rhythmic melody resonating from the heart of the earth. This profound stillness was never forced stagnation, but a conscious choice to resist meaningless restlessness and empty consumption. In that timeless moment, it was no longer merely a living creature but a fixed eternal point, resonating in perfect harmony with the pulse of the land itself. One of the most cherished gentle legends of prehistoric life revolves around Argentinosaurus and a single delicate ancient butterfly. It was a fragile winged creature shimmering with soft phosphorescent light, wandering through swirling dust and chaos, seeking a peaceful place to rest. At last it settled lightly upon Argentinosaurus' massive rough rock-textured nose. Tipped to this colossal giant, the butterfly held almost no tangible weight, yet the soft flutter of its wings stirred faint gentle ripples. In the still air, Argentinosaurus felt the faint tickling sensation, its long eyelashes casting long sweeping shadows across the sunlit ground. Any other wild creature would have twitched its nose or flicked its neck to drive the tiny intruder away, yet Argentinosaurus remained perfectly motionless, not even bothering to blink, simply allowing the butterfly to rest, flutter its wings and linger in quiet contemplation upon its skin. This boundless tolerance and profound stillness painted one of the softest, most tender scenes of the entire Cretaceous era. Light against heavy motion, against absolute calm. Time itself seemed to freeze completely beneath the afternoon sun. It came to understand that true strength never lies in destruction or dominance, but in the quiet grace to accept every small unexpected interruption life may bring. All worldly struggles for power and dominance fade into meaningless insignificance before the quiet presence of Argentinosaurus. Packs of Mapiosaurus once sought to challenge this living mountain, attempting to find weakness within its imposing frame. They roared loudly, circled restlessly, and leaped upward in bold yet futile attempts. Yet Argentinosaurus stood rooted firmly in place, its eyes moving with deliberate, unhurried slowness. It had no need to bare sharp teeth, let out intimidating roars, or display any form of aggression. Its overwhelming mountain-like presence alone was enough to freeze the very air around it. This silent noble dignity stood as the most powerful response to wild reckless savagery. When predators realized their strongest strikes could not leave even a faint mark upon its thick skin, they were overcome by unprecedented defeat and helplessness. The calm demeanor Argentinosaurus showed amid these endless challenges held no trace of arrogant pride, only a higher spiritual form of quiet compassion. It knew all worldly chaos and restless noise would one day fade away with the wind, while the unchanging stillness it upheld remained the eternal quiet foundation of the earth. Through every passing storm it stood firm at the forefront, shielding the land beneath with its broad back, holding steady a temporary sky of peace and calm. Amid this silent timeless balance spanning all species, it became the sole unrivaled player who conquered without ever waging battle. This profound unbroken stillness eventually wove within Argentinosaurus a fateful loneliness transcending the limits of its era. It witnessed countless species rise and vanish, watched lush forests turn into barren wilderness, and observed the slow shift of constellations across the night sky. Throughout its immensely long life it spent most moments breathing quietly, waiting patiently and standing in solemn watch. This quiet waiting held no clear, fixed purpose, existing merely to fulfill the spiritual practice of simply being alive. In the quiet late night of its old age, as the last shooting star streaked across the dark sky, it felt a long-forgotten wave of gentle weariness. This exhaustion came not from weary muscles but from centuries upon centuries of silently observing the changing world around it. It lowered its neck, slowly adjusting its upright stance, for the very first time surrendering its weight fully to the ancient soil that had nourished and sustained it all these years. The subtle shift sent low rumbling tremors echoing through the surrounding earth, as if the land itself bid a solemn farewell to an old dear friend. In quiet recollection it remembered the faint delicate touch of the butterfly and retraced the gentle unspoken journey that had never truly begun nor ended. In its lifetime it stood tall as an eternal monument, an unforgettable timeless landscape etched forever into the final quiet days of the Cretaceous world. Today the skeletal remains of Argentinosaurus stand preserved quietly within museum halls, still radiating that awe-inspiring aura of unchanging stillness. It no longer needs to draw breath or endure scorching heat, yet the zen-like tranquility it embodied lingers softly in the air all around us. Its life answers the quiet question lingering in our hearts amid a chaotic, restless world. Profound stillness represents the highest, most enlightened state of living. Now, as the tale draws to a gentle close, relax your body completely, just as Argentinosaurus once did. Imagine yourself transforming into a quiet mountain, allowing wandering thoughts to flutter like butterflies, landing and departing at peace while you simply watch calmly without interference. Your breathing deepens, grows slower and steadier, every gentle exhale melting away inner anxiety and replacing it with pure unshakable calm. The firelight, dim, soft and faint starlight, continues to shine bright, and you drift slowly into the boundless quiet wilderness of eternal peace. All earthly noise fades into perfect silence. May this ancient prehistoric giant cradle you into the deepest, most peaceful dream. Good night.